Thank you all for joining me for yet another video. This will be on common problems associated with skin. This is part 4, common problems associated with skin that can be addressed by a cosmetic product or personal care products. It's not the pharmaceutical problem or a serious problem. They are all minor problems that can be addressed at a minor stage by a personal care products, right? These are the things which we will discuss today. And I again request people who have not seen the part 1 introduction, please go to part 1 introduction where I have introduced myself and I have also introduced the program. What is the objective of this YouTube program? So kindly I request all people who have not seen part 1 to see part 1 and then proceed. And if you go to part 2, part 3, part 4, it is sequential so that you will understand the whole sequence in a better manner. So, common problems associated with skin. I will discuss with this single picture. So, in the last video, we saw the structure and functions of skin. Okay, this is another video where there are things which we will discuss today on on problems. The outermost layer of the skin, it is called the horny layer or the stratum corneum. Okay, horny layer. We said this is the layer which is very important to take care of the inner parts of the skin. This layer is made up of dead cells, right? It's not live, it's dead cells, while the inner layers are all live and a lot of blood circulation, blood supply is there. Okay, this is the layer where it is called the horny layer. So it's the protective layer to the skin, right? It's a protective layer to the skin. So now there are certain structures here: apocrine sweat gland, eccrine sweat gland, sebaceous glands, and horny layer. We will see how these 4 things are very important for a cosmetic product point of view. Okay, horny layer, as I told you, it's the outermost layer of the skin. It needs around, on an average, 15% of its weight as moisture, right? 15% of its weight as moisture. Below that, it becomes, if it reaches below 10, and it becomes dry, and it loses its integrity, and you get a lot of skin irritation, skin problems, and there can be an issue to the, it will lose its barrier properties. It will lose its barrier properties, right? So, maintaining the moisture level of the horny layer is very important. In the next section, in the next video, we will talk about moisturization. How the skin can become dry, what are the ways the skin can become dry. Skin becoming dry is nothing inside. Skin becoming dry is only the stratum corneum, outermost layer of the skin, losing moisture. right? Which is, and it becomes dry. Skin dry means stratum corneum doesn't have the sufficient moisture. So in the next video we will specifically talk about moisturization and what are the ways to moisturize the skin, right? Let us discuss. So 1, stratum corneum or the horny layer is the reason for dry skin problems, Once you address the moisture level in the stratum corneum, your dry skin problem is solved, right? That is the dry skin problem, right? A horny layer is the reason for dry skin, okay, if it loses the moisture level below a critical limit, right? Next, there are 2 sweat glands called the eccrine sweat gland and apocrine sweat gland. The eccrine sweat gland is present at the time of your birth. Apocrine sweat gland is formed only after puberty, after certain age, right? 13, 14, 15, no? That age, right? So apocrine sweat gland is not there at the time of birth. Eccrine sweat gland is there. Eccrine sweat gland is the main sweat gland and its composition is basically electrolytes and basically electrolytes, no? This eccrine sweat gland, okay. What are the problems associated? What is the major problem associated with eccrine sweat gland? When the eccrine sweat comes through the sweat, here the duct here, through the duct, but if the duct is getting blocked by keratin plugs, it can get infected and you will get eruptions called prickly heat, okay. You will get an eruption called prickly heat. So eccrine sweat glands are the cause for prickly heat. So stratum corneum or the horny layer cause for dry skin, okay. Then eccrine sweat gland for prickly heat, right? Eccrine sweat gland is the reason for prickly heat, right? That is why babies get the prickly heat. So how to address prickly heat we will see later, but you just know the cause for prickly heat, right? The duct getting blocked and getting infected, right? That is prickly heat. Then apocrine sweat gland it develops only after certain age, right? So the apocrine sweat gland is concentrated in certain areas like underarms, like underarms. So it is concentrated only on certain areas. So pure apocrine sweat, pure apocrine gland sweat has no odor, okay. Practically the odor is negligible, but when bacteria decompose the apocrine sweat, no, the decomposition product causes body odor, right? So the specific body odor and the composition of the apocrine sweat depends upon lot of factors, your diet, right? Your ethnicity, your diet, all those things contribute to the factor of the body odor. Body odor is caused by the apocrine sweat. The decomposed, if the apocrine sweat is decomposed by bacteria, the decomposed products that imparts the body odor, right? That is why there is a set of compounds called deodorants. Okay, what deodorants do? It controls the bacteria that decompose the apocrine sweat. What deodorants do? It controls the bacteria that decomposes apocrine sweat. That is why you put only in the underarm, because apocrine gland mostly concentrated in the underarm, right? On the exposed body, mostly in the underarm. So that is why you put in the underarm the deodorants, right? The deodorants kill the bacteria that decomposes the apocrine sweat and thus control the body odor. There is another set of ingredients called antiperspirants. Okay, what antiperspirants do? It suppresses the apocrine sweat. Some of the antiperspirants also have some antibacterial properties. So that we will, antiperspirants and deodorants, if we will take in the later chapters. But here the antiperspirants, right? The antiperspirants work. The combination of antiperspirants and deodorants work very well to control body odor, right? Now, not all perfumes are deodorants. Not all perfumes are deodorants. So sometimes the perfume you wear, perfume apply, mixes with the body odor and give a third specific odor which may be acceptable or not acceptable. So that is one thing. That is why people used to use talc to absorb the sweat. Now people use deodorants and antiperspirants to control the body odor. So this is body odor. So horny layer, dry skin, product moisturizers, eccrine sweat gland, prickly heat. So prickly heat powder and prickly heat product. Apocrine sweat gland, body odor. So antiperspirants and deodorants. And another thing is sebaceous glands. Okay, every hair follicle is associated with the sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands secretes sebum. The oily skin, sebum. That's what, excess secretion of sebum causes oiliness, excess sebum. Okay, the sebum, right, if it is continuously secreted, it's okay. Sometimes during hormonal changes, the sebaceous duct get blocked. The sebaceous duct get blocked by keratin plugs, right? So when the sebaceous duct gets blocked, sebum gets entrapped inside and you get what? Acne. Okay, so you get acne, and there are a lot of efforts to control this acne, and basically the acne, you get at a certain age. It's basically hormone controlled. One of the hypotheses is completely it's hormone controlled. So as far as cosmetics or personal care is concerned, we can give products when continuously used prevents the formation of acne, right? That is what, good cleansing is important, and a mild keratolite. We will see what is keratolite later. Keratolites are one which will break the keratin plugs. We will see. Extreme cases, we have to go to the dermatologist. Most probably you need some more stronger treatments, but in the cosmetic angle, we have to prevent acne by proper cleansing and using mild keratolites. Okay, so today, no, we saw 4 conditions of the skin, right? 4 conditions which are responsible for 4 products in the market, right? What? Antiperspirant and deodorants for body odor, anti-acne and cleansers for the acne, sebaceous glands, prickly heat for eccrine glands, and horny layer, stratum corneum getting dry, moisturizers. Right? You understood? So, I think it's very clear in this video. Now, this I want to show you how this horny layer, no, it's not the skin is always dynamic, no, the old cell desquamate, no, the old cell come out and the new cell, the old cell come out and the new cell continue to form, right? This is a dynamic process. Some of the lower cells change into the horny layer and come out, right? This is how it happens, right? So, thank you. Today, some 4 major conditions of the skin that accounts to 4 major products in skincare we have seen. So, now to end our session, my life lesson. Okay, we saw first to take a middle path, then the happiness, then now most important thing you have to look is don't go into the victim mode. Okay, you are responsible for what you are. You are responsible for what you are. Nobody else is responsible for what you are. Right? So, stop saying that because of this person I am like this, because of this person I am like this. No. What you are is because of you. Don't get into a victim mode saying that because of somebody else you are like that. Usually people go to the victim mode only when they are a failure. When they are success, nobody goes into a victim mode. They say it's their effort, right? So nothing. Whatever you are responsible, right? Keep that in mind. Nobody is responsible for your state. You are responsible for your state. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Let us see in the next session. Thank you.